Government officials assure the public that there are enough safeguards in place to protect Philippine patrimonial properties and assets, even in the very unlikely event of a Philippine default. Dale De Vera with the story.
The Philippines will only be borrowing $62 million or over 3 billion pesos from China for the Chico River irrigation project, an amount that may be considered small. This is the reason why Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara and Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo says it is impossible that the government will not be able to repay it.
Wala kaming problema sa pagbayad kasi unang-una, apart from maliit, nasa budget natin yon every year. Tsaka hindi naman tayo balasubas para hindi magbayad.
But Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio says Chico River and the Kaliwa Dam are just two of the many big-ticket projects that will be funded through Chinese loans. In total, these projects will cost from $12 to $24 billion. All will be borrowed from China. And Carpio explains that if he will be asked, the government should be careful in entering contracts with China and remove those provisions that are disadvantageous to the Philippines.
We can negotiate if China wants to negotiate, but if China doesn't want to change, where we're stuck with it, we just make sure that we pay.
Carpio, though, admits Reed or Rectobank is not in the loan agreement, but it is far from impossible that it can be used as collateral option because of its rich oil and gas reserve. The senior magistrate firmly believes that the Reed Bank is a patrimonial asset since its resources may not be sold if it is a public domain. Guevara, however, says safeguards are in place for the loan agreement, including policies that are needed to implement the rulings of the China-based court should it reach the point where the Philippines go on default.
Hindi yung diretsong enforcement agad. Any foreign judgment, including an arbitral ruling, will have to be enforced by a petition in the proper Philippine courts.
But for Justice Carpio, the ruling may be implemented at once, especially since the Philippines has waived its immunity on the execution of arbitration.
We already recognize in advance the arbitral ruling, so there's no need anymore to go to court for them for recognition of a foreign judgment.
Based on the loan agreement which the Finance Department posted on its website, talks on the loan may be done through a consultation before it reaches a court for decision. For News 5, Dale De Vera, We Are One News.